Former CIA director, I don't know if there was collusion between Trump and Russia. Raised concerns in my mind. Representative Trey Gowdy, Republican of South Carolina, asked a series of pointed questions to former CIA Director John Brennan at a House Intelligence Committee hearing Tuesday on whether he's seen evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Brennan admitted he lacked sufficient information to make a determination on whether the Trump campaign colluded with Russia during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Did you see evidence of collusion, coordination, conspiracy between Donald Trump and Russian state actors? Gowdy asked Brennan, who stepped down January 20th. I saw information and intelligence that was worthy of investigation by the FBI to determine whether or not such cooperation or collusion was taking place, Brennan responded. That doesn't help us a lot, Gowdy said. What was the nature of the information? Brennan declined to offer the specifics, explaining that the House Intelligence Committee already has access to the classified information he was alluding to. I was aware of intelligence and information about contacts between Russian officials and U.S. persons that raised concerns in my mind about whether or not those individuals were cooperating with the Russians either in a witting or unwitting fashion that served as the basis for the FBI investigation to determine whether such collusion cooperation occurred, the former CIA director explained. Gowdy pressed again. Well, there are a bunch of words that start with C floating around. The South Carolina Republican said, I asked about collusion, coordination, and conspiracy, and you used the word contact. In a previous answer, you did a really good job of establishing that contact could be benign or not benign. So what is it? What is it? Contact that you saw, or was it something more than contact? What is the nature of what you saw? I don't know, Brennan responded. I saw interaction that raised questions in my mind about what was the true nature of it. But I don't know. I don't have sufficient information to make a determination whether or not such was cooperation or complicity or collusion was taking place. Brennan said the CIA's job was not to investigate the nature of the contact. It's not the CIA's job to make a determination about whether a U.S. person is cooperating, colluding, or whatever in some type of criminal or illegal matter, he said. It is our responsibility to give the FBI what they need in order to follow that path and make such a determination and recommendation if they want to press charges. What do you think? What do I think? I think that they're wasting the taxpayers' money. They're going round and round in circles. I saw a video, 6.5 hours of this Intelligence Committee hearing, and it was all a bunch of bullcrap, excuse the expression, and not actually saying anything. Not saying anything, going round and round and round in circles. Let's take a quick listen to this.
I think we can discuss that in the executive session. Mr. Gowdy, I'll spend time to you.
Thank you, my friend from New York. Director Brennan, last time we were talking about at the inception of your investigation in 2016. I want the next question to include the inception, dependency, up until your very last day at the CIA. Did you see evidence of collusion, coordination, conspiracy between Donald Trump and Russian state actors?
I saw information and intelligence that was worthy of investigation by the Bureau to determine whether or not such cooperation or collusion was taking place.
That doesn't help us a lot. What was the nature of the information?
Really?
As I said, Mr. Gowdy, I think this committee now has access to the type of information that I'm alluding to here. It's classified, and I'm happy to talk about it in classified session.
And that would have been directly between the candidate and Russian state actors?
That's not what I said. I'm not going to talk about any individuals.
But that was my question. And you answered it. You didn't answer it that way.
No, I responded to your query. I'm not going to respond to particular elements of your question because I think it would be inappropriate for me to do so here. So I can only repeat what I said, which is that I was aware of intelligence and information about contacts between Russian officials and U.S. persons that raised concerns in my mind about whether or not those individuals were cooperating with the Russians either in a witting or unwitting fashion, and that served as the basis for the FBI investigation to determine whether such collusion cooperation occurred.
All right, well, there are a bunch of words that start with C floating around. I asked you about collusion, coordination, and conspiracy, and you used the word contact. And I think in a previous answer, you did a really good job of establishing that contact could be benign or not benign. So was it contact that you saw? Was it something more than contact? What is the nature of what you saw?
I saw interaction and aware of interaction that again raised questions in my mind about what was the true nature of it. But I don't know. I don't have sufficient information to make a determination whether or not such cooperation or complicity or collusion was taking place. But I know that there was a basis to have individuals pull those threads.
All right, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you saw something that led you to refer it to law enforcement. And in your judgment, it is up to law enforcement to test, probe, corroborate, contradict, otherwise investigate the full nature of that information you passed on. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yes, it is, because it's not CIA's job to make a determination about whether a U.S. person is cooperating, colluding, or whatever in some type of criminal or illegal matter. It is our responsibility to give the Bureau everything that they need in order to follow that path and make such a determination and recommendation if they want to.
Notice he's fidgeting, right?
All right, we'll pick it up next time.
Ms. Sewell.
Notice he was fidgeting. He didn't give any kind of an answer. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll keep you updated.